What's up, FullRideNation? We're back. I got another question, so y'all know I got another answer for you. So this one gonna be a little bit interesting. Again, I want to thank all of the new subscribers for subscribing. Again, I'm very humbled. Glad you guys are liking the content and looking forward to answering today's questions. I'll be right back after this.
Thomas was actually a walk-on, Matt. They just awarded him a scholarship prior to the start of the season.
All right, Nation, we're back. And only because we got a bunch of new subscribers, I'm going to go over this as I always do. Christopher, college basketball walk-on. Walked on to junior college, walked on to Division One. Ended up being a starter on Division One and leading scorer on my JUCO team as a walk-on. I have a whole series coming out about how I walked on the JUCO, how I played Division Two and how I played Division One. Because people ask me all the time, like, how did you play Division Two? How did you play junior college Division Two and Division One? Like, how is that even possible? But I'm gonna get into that in a different video. Today's video, I had a question come in asking me what was the difference between a junior college practice and a Division One practice. See, that's why I got on my Florida Atlantic University practice jersey. They just wanted to know the difference between a junior college practice versus a Division One practice. They didn't really ask about Division Two, so I'll get into that in a different video. But I will address the differences between Division One practice and junior college, because their question was they heard that a lot of Division One players play junior college and that the competition is real stiff. So how is the practice in comparison? Okay, well, for me, and I'm going to speak specifically for me, I played at Seminole Community College and Florida Atlantic University. So the practices were similar in a sense, but one of the major differences is in junior college, you don't actually live on campus. So back then I used to commute from my home to school. So I would go to school, get out of school, and then we would have practice. Practice was probably 2.5 hours, but like in college, you actually live there. So you don't go home. You know, your home is either the dorm or the student apartments. And so practice is a minimum of 3 hours. You don't go any less than 3 hours unless like the coach is just having a great day and you may come in and do 30 minutes and then he'll let you go. But those are rare, and then you don't even know that's coming. So that might have happened in the time that I was there, maybe once a year. You know, coach was in a good mood, had something to do. But let's just get into like a junior college practice. So it was 2 hours, and in junior college they don't have as much money, so therefore it's a lot of things that the coach basically had to get established relationships with businesses in the community to give him things for free. So for instance, junior college didn't really, I mean, it had a weight room, but it wasn't really hitting on too much of anything. And then that weight room, we had a baseball team, we had a girls basketball team, and just a regular student body. So like we didn't really have any type of exclusive privilege to the weight room. So the coach ended up getting a relationship with someone who owned the gym, and so then they would allow us to come in the gym and work out on the weights. But that was few and far between. So the weights in junior college was pretty much like non-existent. We did a lot of cardio conditioning, and one of the things that we did do a lot of in junior college, we did a lot of shooting drills. Like my coach, Coach Camardi, in junior college, he was heavy on guard play, and I was a guard, so we did a lot of shooting drills, and we did a lot of scrimmaging, mostly scrimmaging, because junior college, you're only there for 2 years, so you have freshmen, you have sophomores, and so we had a really really epic freshman versus sophomore game. But I'll get into that in another video. Hey, shout out Chris Jackson, man. Hey Chris, we were talking about this, man. But I'm gonna get into that into a different one in a different video. But we just strictly talking about practice. So a lot of a lot of scrimmaging goes on in the JUCO, up and down, a lot of cardio, because in junior college, we, not to say that you didn't do it in Division One, but it was a little bit more fast paced. We didn't run as many plays in junior college. It was a lot more. He would call open. Now, what open is everybody get out of the way. You take this man 1-on-1. So you had to had to have really good 1-on-1 skills, because Camardi ran open all the time. So it's like, hey, give me the ball, get out of the way. And that's the way I liked it. I liked, give me the ball and get out of my way, because I felt like I could score on anybody at any time, anywhere. So, that was perfect for me. So we practiced a lot of that during our practice sessions. Now, when you go to Division One, it's a lot more rigorous, because you have a preseason workout, then you have an in-season workout. So we arrive, let's just say school starts, let's just throw out arbitrary number. School starts August the 20th. Well, you're going to show up on campus around August the 15th, right? And so you're thinking, all right, I'm going to get there and then, chillax a little bit. Nah, you get there August the 15th. Hey, man, I'm going to need to see you out on the track August the 16th. Now, Florida Atlantic, for y'all that don't know where that is, that's in Boca Raton, Florida, which is South Florida, which is 30-45 minutes north of Miami. Okay, so it's scorching hot. Man, I'll never forget that first day. We get there. We report to the track the second day. It's 3:30. The man has us run a mile in under 6:30. And if you don't make it in under 6:30, you got to run it again. And the first thing, and this is what he said this is the first thing he got the man's mouth. I'm gonna see who's in shape. I'm gonna see who's been working out over the summer. So if you don't make it, so you have to do a mile, 6 minutes and 30 seconds. If you don't make it in 6 minutes and 30 seconds, you got to do it again. And you're gonna do it by yourself this time. So whole team lines up. Now, I've been working out, but I had just come from Division 2, right? Like I said, that's a whole nother thing. Now, Division 2 practice, it definitely wasn't as hard as junior college or Division 1. But we'll get into that into another video. But I had just come from D2. So I get there. I'm like, what? So I'm ready. I get on the line. I'm like, all right. Bow. Man, I'm running out. I have asthma all in the nine. I had an inhaler the whole nine, but I didn't let any of that stop me. I'll tell you about all that another time as well. So when people have all these excuses about, well, I got this, I got that. Man, I had asthma. I had exercise-induced asthma. I was on inhalers. I was on medicine the whole nine. I didn't let none of that stop me from what the goals are. So don't let an excuse be the reason why you don't make it. So, man, so I'm going around. They yelling at the time along the way. So I'm thinking to myself, man, I ain't going to make it. But then I said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to run this again. Man, I finished in 6 minutes and 28 seconds. 6:28. Hey, man, he said under 6:30. I gave you 6:28, baby. I gave y'all I got. So then I realized, okay, it's going to be a little bit different. So like I said, in the preseason you're running, it's all condition. So the mile in under 6:30, that was just the warm-up. Then we doing shuffles on the track. We're doing running in the grass, like football, doing all these drills, yada, yada, yada. That's day one. That's welcome. Welcome to Florida Atlantic. Welcome to D1, baby. You here now. I'm giving you everything you asked for. So, oh yeah, and then I had to walk on to D1 too. We're going to talk about that. How that whole thing played out. That's a whole video within itself. But anyway, so I don't want to make this video too long, so let me go ahead and get through this D1 practice. So yeah, so you got your preseason where you're going to do mostly it's going to be mostly conditioning work. You're going to go to the gym. Like, we have our own designated weight room. So there ain't nobody else coming in that weight room unless you play football, basketball, or sport. And everybody has their time in the weight room, so it ain't going to be no interruption. So yeah, you actually going to lift weights. We had supplements. We had the whole nine that we had to take. And it was very, very serious. And then after you do all of the required running and required weightlifting. Then you have what you call open gym. So now we gotta go in there and play open gym, and we're scrimmaging against each other. But the coaches aren't allowed in there. But we had open runs that we had to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then Tuesday and Thursday was something else. But basically, it ended up being a 5-day-a-week thing because we ran pretty much every day. Because you're learning your new teammates, and then two, you want to make sure you're in shape. And then that's just how the team starts to gel. And after that, that's gonna run you three and a half hours. So they're not as strict when it comes to the conditioning as when the actual practice comes, but it still runs about 3 hours. But the actual conditioning portion may be about 2. So you'll spend an hour doing cardio, and then maybe another hour in the weight room. So that's 2. And then that third hour is you guys going to the gym and playing pickup. So we played the 7 1s and 2s. So you in and you out. You either gonna guard your man or you gonna get torched. One of the two. So we ain't playing the 15. Ain't no win by 2. It's straight 7. Whoever get the 7 first, that's how we play by 1s and 2s, baby. So you got to come on with it immediately. So, and then from there, you go into real practice where once you have the midnight basketball, everybody comes out, everybody excited. Now you come to the real practice. So the real practice, man, you're gonna go for no less than 3 hours. Sometimes on the weekends, you might as well say 4. The only reason that we only went 3 hours is because we used to start practice at 4, and practice ended at 7, but the cafeteria closed at 7:30. So the only reason the man would stop practice at 7 is because he knew the cafeteria closed at 7:30, and he didn't want to have to pay for all of us to eat every night. So he stopped at 7:15, sometimes 7:20, and then he'll have one of the coaches go in there. If it's 7:20, right, he'll have one of the coaches go in there and call the cafeteria and keep it open. But the cafeteria wasn't going to do that all the time because, see, Florida Atlantic at the time was a mid-major. This is before we made it to the NCAA tournament and all that. Whole nother video. We'll talk about that too. So we didn't have a special cafeteria, special hours for athletes. I don't know. They probably have all that going on now because the school is it looks totally different than when I went. It's very nice. I mean, it was nice when I went at the time, but yeah, I saw the new stadium and all that. But anyway, I'm not gonna go off on the tangent. So the only reason he stopped at 7 is because he knew the cafeteria closed. But on the weekends, I'll bet off because he'll call practice at 2, noon or something like that, and then practice to 4 or 5, and then send you on your way. And then back then, you were only supposed to practice for 6 days, and then you had to give your players a day off. Man, please, that man practiced us 7 days, and man, we probably remember we practiced for 28 straight days without a day off. This is Sunday to Sunday. So guys, I want you to understand this. This is a real commitment. You understand? You have to really want to do this because you don't have time for nothing else. You got schoolwork and you got basketball. That's it. And your time is going to be dedicated to those things. So, a lot of conditioning, a lot of running plays. The tournament, the year that we made it to the NCAA tournament, it was a lot of scrimmaging. That's what we did. We scrimmaged. We ran plays. We ran scenarios. We did those things. You would start off. The coach comes in. They got a sheet with everything down basically to the second, like boom, 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 and they don't deviate from whatever they got on this piece of paper, right? So they come in. Coach, we move it from here. We move it from there. So you start off 3 minutes doing your jump ropes. You start off with your stretches, then you go to your jump ropes. Then we always did a 3-man weave, 3-on-2, 2-on-1. We did that. Then we would split up big men on one end, guards on one end, do individual moves, and then from there, hey man, we scrimmaging the rest of practice. So we're gonna put on blue team versus the white team, and so from there first thing he said before he threw that ball up, let's compete. Let's compete. I want to see. I want to see who wants it. And so, everybody's friend, everybody's teammate, but at the same time, you want to play. So now you got to put your best foot forward. All that practicing, all the stuff that we talk about in these other videos, this is the time where you shine, and this is the time where you show what you've been doing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and you're going to do this every day. We're running plays, we're running scenarios. 1 minute, blue team, you up by 10 with 3 minutes to go. White ball. Or you're down by 10 with 3 minutes to go, putting on a full court press. Just different scenarios that you're going to see throughout the season as you prepare. It's very, very demanding. It's very, very hard work, but then again, it's rewarding at the end. I enjoyed it. Do miss it. And, you know, you guys took me down memory lane. And so hopefully that answers all of your questions as far as the difference between junior college practice and Division One. Division One is much more thorough of a practice because it's more money involved. It's bigger program, more resources, the whole nine. So, and even I'm gonna say, Division Two. It was if I went into Division Two, but I don't want to make this video. It's already long enough. I'm not gonna make it any longer. But Division Two, Division One, just Division Two school I went to, they had money. Don't get me wrong. The school itself had money, but when you started to talk about athletics, the money for athletics, Division One had them beat because Division One makes a lot more money off the athletic department than the Division Two school did because that's just the way that it is. Because that NCAA tournament means a lot to schools in general. So, guys, I'm gonna stop it there. If you got any more questions about practice, just ask me. Of course, I'm gonna put my email up across the video. You'll see it go across, and then it'll be in the description. So if you got any other questions, just feel free to reach out to me. I got more videos to come about how did I walk on the JUCO, what was that like being a walk-on, because that's a whole nother story, and what was it like being a walk-on Division One. Whole nother story. This stuff don't go how you think. Ain't no storybook. I don't have a Cinderella story. I'm going to tell you about hard work and dedication, but then you can sit there and watch the highlight tape. It pays off. It pays off in the end. Education paid for. I have no student loans. I have no student debt. So now, and I'm here to let you guys know you can play professional beyond that. Beyond college. I don't care how good you are now. If you stick with it and you keep working, you can do it. So, and someone asked me too, do you have any regrets? I have zero regrets. Only one well, when it comes to college, I have no regrets. The only regret I say I do have is that I opted to not continue playing basketball after college. Just a decision I made. But other than that, I have zero regrets. Hey guys, till next time, let's compete.